All right, good morning, Facebook fam, my garden family. All right, right now I'm out here in the garden. So here's an update. If you're in zone 8A or, this region, Georgia area, looking at the weather over the next 4 or 5, maybe 6 days, we'll have some above 70s and during the daytime and about above 47 to 56 in the evening going into the night. So with that being said, today I am fully uncovering all of my greenery today. Well, I have already. Um, and I harvested some collards today again. And today I'm going to show you the two variety of collards that I do have. But I do want to show you one thing I came out here to this morning, which is this beautiful cabbage head. Let me turn around for you. Take a look at that. Is that not a beauty? That thing is about as big as my hand. Look at that. Formed so nicely. Beautiful leaves, everything. Right? So let's take a little walk over here. Here's my other two cabbages right there. Yeah. Pepper plant, don't worry about that one. But I can tell you one thing. Some bugs, the little aphids, definitely got to some of my collard greens over here. I'll show you. This is what happens when you don't check your stuff on a consistent basis. See all those? Yeah, that's what happens. And here's another one over here. So they may just feed off these. I might just leave these here. So, yeah. Now, to the other part of the garden. Oh, potatoes that was in the ground for a really long time, maybe about 5 months that I didn't even know about. So I just pulled those up yesterday. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those yet. They may stay here or we don't know yet. All right, moving down. More collard greens. Right there. Some of those got eaten up too, but I pulled most of the big ones off already, just in time for Thanksgiving. So these are what you're looking at here are my hybrids. And I'll find you the name here in a little bit, but cabbage and collard green hybrid. So let's walk over here. These are just empty beds they're gonna end up getting covered and prepped for the springtime. So I got about 4 or 5 of those that's gonna be, well, I guess all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beds are gonna get used for the summer, springtime prep. All right, walk up here. So these are the greens harvested, and then these right here, bugs, man. These are my Morris Heading heirloom cabbage collards, which are these right here, this pile right there. So these are the cabbage hybrid collard greens, right? So let's look at the difference real quick. Can you see the difference between regular collards and the cabbages? I can tell off bat that the regular collards have a little more darker green tint. These have a little more lighter green tint on them, and they feel a lot softer, not as much roughage as the regular collard greens here. And my cabbage collards hybrids, the leaves are most of them are I'll say twice as larger, twice as big as my normal collards. And the bugs don't really like those leaves that much at all, by the way. But everything else, they'll get washed deep clean thoroughly. and then they'll get cut up, put in bags, put in the freezer until it's time to cook them for Thanksgiving. So that is where we at right now with that. So just remember, if you're in zone 8A, Georgia area, just make sure that you guys get out and water your greenage early morning. That way they have time for the water to soak through and get down to the soil prior to the sun coming out. All right, and drying it up before it had a chance to feed the plants. Also, make sure you guys get out and feed your plants as well. If you're not fertilizing them, please read the instructions as well, and ask for assistance if need be. If you're new to gardening and don't know when to fertilize or feed your plants, I feed mine once they start to fruit, once a week, once every 2 weeks, depending on what it is. But for my cabbages, my collards, and my broccoli, I will feed them, which is, when I say feed for me, it is more so of I will put down fertilizer, probably fish emulsion or some more like bone meal and stuff to go back down, or some type of other fertilizer to go down and feed them, just so they can be given more healthier and produce bigger fruit, more fruit as well. So just keep that in mind as you guys are out here in the garden. I'm not an expert, but however, I have been extremely successful in gardening for the past 3 years since I've been out here in Georgia, with no complaints, and I've done pretty well. So take my advice with a grain of salt, what have you, whatnot. But like I said, I'm here to help and assist. So with that being said, happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I will probably post a update probably tonight or tomorrow. So you guys have a good day. Love you. Out.